This is a lesson over the immune system. We're working on Human Body Step 5, and this information is Level 2. During this lesson, you are going to learn about the following terms. In order to show me what you've learned, I expect that you'll be able to define each term and give examples when possible. We are going to look at pathogens, the immune system, antibodies, antigens, infectious and non-infectious diseases, lymphocytes, and macrophages. Let's start with pathogens. Pathogens are called microscopic invaders, germs, or microbes. This means that you need some sort of microscope or some way to magnify the invader in order to see it. In most cases, these invaders are organisms, and these organisms cause disease. Bacteria and viruses are a couple examples of pathogens. The immune system. This is your body's disease-fighting system, or the body's defense against disease-causing organisms. There are many parts to the immune system, and we'll get into the details about how the different parts work together in your Level 3 lesson. Antibody. Antibodies are made by white blood cells. Antibodies stick to pathogens, and they help kill them. Antibodies are pretty smart. They can only attack a specific kind of invader. Antigens. Antigens are pieces of killed pathogens that warn other white blood cells of the invaders. Antigens trigger or alarm antibodies to start working. So even though antigens are a part of the killed pathogen, it really is a warning, a trigger, or some sort of marker for antibodies to start working. Infectious diseases. These diseases are passed from one organism to the next. These diseases can be passed among people by disease-causing microorganisms. And some examples of those disease-causing microorganisms could be bacteria, protozoans, and fungi. During an infectious disease, a pathogen has entered your body, and it's in some way hurting it or harming it. Some examples of infectious diseases are Lyme, rabies, chickenpox, and even the common cold. These are just a few examples. Non-infectious diseases. These diseases are not spread from person to person, and they're not caused by microorganisms. They could be caused by any of the following. They could be caused by substances that hurt or bother the body. The substances could be in the air. They could be on a surface. Non-infectious diseases could also be caused by your eating habits. So if you're not a healthy eater, if you eat too much sugar or too much fat, that could cause non-infectious diseases. Immune system failure. So if your immune system is not working or part of it's not working, that's a cause of a non-infectious disease. And sometimes stress can also cause disease. Some examples of non-infectious diseases are cancer and diabetes. Lymphocytes. We're actually going to talk about two types of white blood cells here. A lymphocyte is a white blood cell, and these white blood cells eat pathogens or germs, and they're pretty smart. They can tell the difference between types of germs. So lymphocytes. Macrophages are another type of white blood cell that we're going to talk about. Macro means large, micro means small. So these white blood cells are actually really, really big. And these surround and engulf or eat pathogens. And while they're doing that, they're killing them in the process. So lymphocytes and macrophages, both white blood cells, and they both destroy pathogens.